Heyo guys, Pandy351 here, and I am in the middle of moving. So that is why if I sound like poopy, mic quality wise, I'm literally holding my microphone and I do not have a pop filter. So I wasn't gonna talk about this on YouTube. Wasn't even really gonna talk about this at all. But a while back, I was given a whole bunch of screenshots of a predator that actually preyed on one of my friends. And at the time, I was dealing with Arya shit, so I just didn't have enough time to deal with this. So I was gonna let it go. However, recently, more screenshots have come up. And you know how I am with you guys. You know how I am. I like telling you guys when this shit happens because it's important for you to know who to trust and who not to trust and what to look for. Like classic signs of, hey, this is an untrustworthy adult. So, before we begin, I would like to teach you all about this thing called DARVO. Because it's very important for what we're going to talk about today. DARVO. DARVO is an acronym that is used for deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. It is a reaction that perpetrators of wrongdoing, such as sexual offenders, may display in response to being held accountable for their behavior. This is what happens when people who do bad things don't want to be held accountable. Let's keep that in mind, all right? So, the process of DARVO is 1, the abuser denies the abuse ever took place. This is stuff like gaslighting. Oh, I never said that. Oh, I never did that. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Anything like that is usually a denier that abuse happened. Something like, oh, I didn't know any better, or things like, I just don't have common sense, or I didn't realize that was wrong. Number 2 of the process, when confronted with evidence, the abuser then attacks the person that was/is being abused, and or that person's friends or family for attempting to hold the abuser accountable for their actions. So let's say a friend of somebody who was abused comes up to this person and says, hey, I have screenshots of shit you did and that's wrong. And they go, actually, you're a piece of poo and you should go jump off a cliff. That is classic DARVO. Another example of that would be to send fans to harass someone. That's one to keep in mind, because we'll definitely get to that in a little bit. And number 3, the abuser claims that they were actually the victim in the situation, thus reversing the positions of victor and offender. It often involves just playing the victim, but also victim blaming. This is situations like when somebody gets found out and they go, well, you're actually harassing me, or I'm the one being attacked. Things like that. Again, something to keep in mind. With that being said, I'm here to talk about TaterThePotato. Because, oh boy, do I have a whole document of nonsense along with a video to talk about. For starters, I would like to make this very clear. And I have some ace people in the VC that may be able to collaborate with me. But to start it off as a note, the definition of asexual is not that they don't have any form of sexual attraction, because there are things like demi or gray sexual, which is under the ace umbrella. Ace is usually defined by a difference of sexual attraction, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Anyways, so for one, Ace does not mean that you cannot experience any form of sexual attraction. But it does usually mean a lack of sexual attraction. Even more so, I am all for somebody defining themselves and, whatever they define themselves as, that being true. However, you can't disprove things. Like, people can lie. And I think that's very, very interesting, all things considering. That for some reason, this group of miscreants seem to believe that people cannot lie about their sexuality, for starters. But if you even want a better source of being ace and whatnot, hi. I identify as demigray, which is under the ace umbrella. I do experience forms of sexual attraction. Thank you very much. And ace does look very differently for everyone. However, I do think there is more than enough proof to express that in some way, Tater does feel aroused by certain things, including, what was it, MPreg? Because that's the shit that's in this document. Oh, we're gonna go for a while, ladies and gentlemen.
Only the first. I think there was more.
Oh, there's more.
MPreg.
Oh, there's more. It's just MPreg seems to be pretty high up there with minors. Because that's the shit we get to deal with today.
If you are a minor and you don't know what that is, don't look it up.
Yeah, please. Do not look it up.
Do not look it up.
Stay safe on the internet, guys.
To be safe and kind about it, MPreg is when a male, M, is pregnant. There's more to it, but that is what I'm going to generalize it as in the most PG-friendly way. That way YouTube doesn't get mad at me. But we'll soften it to MPreg whenever we're talking about it. So this was a document. By the way, the document will probably be in the description of the video if I remember. Made by my friend Moon. Now, Moon actually is one of the victims in this document, hence why Moon made the document. And has had some classic case of DARVO thrown by Tater. So we're gonna read through this as best as we can. So since this apparently needs to be a fucking discussion, TaterThePotato is a fucking groomer talk time. Frequently will be updated as I'm given anything else to finish this fucking thing. Also, fuck you, Tater. I know you can see this. Stop saying this is false. This is you in those screenshots. Stop making literal children defend you. By the way, I'm gonna pull a little side tangent here. Speaking of literal children defending, I ended up calling Tater out on Discord because I didn't want people to share in servers. And this motherfucker had a 15-year-old come talk to me and harass me. It was fantastic. I say sarcastically. By the way, if you, this is just, Tater, this is not for you. All right, Tater, you can skip ahead a few minutes. We're not going to talk with you right now, okay? You can sit to the side because this isn't about you right now. Okay, this is about the child that came to me. Hey, hi. I am 23, almost 24. I am an adult. I am not a child. The fact that you feel comfortable coming to an adult and telling your age on the internet, I want to preface that I'm really sorry, because it's very obvious that the adults in your life have done you some disservice, whether it be IRL adults or the adults that you've run circles with online. And I am really sorry, because very clearly it was very dangerous to be talking to an adult about your actual age, unless there's some kind of protection in place. I was a stranger to you. You knew nothing about me and still felt comfortable telling me your exact age. Don't do that anymore. That actually was really uncomfortable, and I really didn't like that. Good talk? Great talk. Okay. So, be a big boy, you fucking asshole, and defend yourself properly, since you want to act like everything here is a lie. You admitted to it when we confronted you, and a year does not make the trauma disappear. You would know this if you're so fucking traumatized. If you decide to make a video against my doc, use actual evidence proving me wrong. That isn't just this isn't true or this wasn't me or something else. I want to see genuine proof. Prove to me that you're not anything I say about you. Do it. I want to see you actually try. It was a lot of conversations from Tater about potentially suing Moon. And I could say so many things to like, ooh, be afraid. But like, Tater, let me level with you. Tater, let me level with you. Okay, one, Moon is no longer a minor anymore. Moon is an adult. It's the fact that you don't even really remember Moon's age. I highly doubt you have any other personal information on Moon to even do that. Nonetheless, like me. Please do try to sue me. I would love that, honestly, because in court, you would have to prove that you were not a pedophile. You would have to prove that I'm lying. And Tater, your grandmother being your therapist, it just isn't enough. And I could take these screenshots and I could go to several other health professionals and get quotes on the fact that very clearly this is very mentally disturbing behavior. This is very predatory behavior. And there ain't no way you're going to find more than one therapist who is willing to go to court, to go to bat, other than your grandmother, which would get her license revoked, which I think is hilarious. If they found out that that a family member is treating Tater, yeah, that would get licenses revoked. Whoops. But yeah, no, you would have to prove that we were lying, which like, I mean, beyond just lying, you would have to prove that we're intentionally lying about you, that we don't genuinely believe this, which is a whole other problem. Because very clearly, this is very disturbing behavior.
Before we get into it, if there's any kids watching, click off now, because there are some pictures in here that are not good.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna.
Is a pedophile.
I'm going to skip through some of this document. Like I said, the document will be in the description, but obviously for YouTube's sake, YouTube may not be too happy with some of what is in this. So I'm going to be very careful on what I'm reading through, but the screenshots will be able to be seen. Obviously, if you guys look in the description, the document is there. But major trigger warning for pedophilic behavior, grooming, abuse, emotional and mental, inappropriate images being sent to minors. The images also being drawn by minors. Oh yeah, that's a whole other thing. Tater had minors draw. Oh, okay, hang on. You know what? We're gonna go on a tangent real quick.
Pedophilia is not exactly the same as pedophilia, so I tried to specify, since technically pedophilia is attraction to 13 and below-ish area, I think, if I remember.
True. No, not what to. What age is consent? Because for some reason, people seemed very confused by this. And we're not going to use just fucking Google, because I can go right here and be like, look, guys, it's 16. But that's not how that works. I'm not just going to use the AI overview, although this particular instance is actually not bad. But for the most part, we're just going to go to Wikipedia, because honestly, I trust Wikipedia more than I do fucking Google AI. Using Google AI for evidence is definitely an interesting thing, because it can use sources that are not true to distinguish the difference between what is facts and what's not facts, which I'm pretty sure Tater used a lot of in the video that we're going to watch. But so age of consent is the age at which a person is considered to be legally competent to consent to sexual acts. Now, we're going to go to sexual acts real quick. because apparently we need a definition of that. Human sexual activity, human sexual practice, and human sexual behavior is the manner in which humans experience and express their sexuality. People engage in a variety of sexual acts, ranging from activities done alone, masturbating, to acts done with another person. Sexual intercourse, I can't fucking word. Penetrative sex, oral sex, etc., and varying patterns of frequency for a wide variety of reasons. Sexual activity usually results in sexual arousal or physiological. I can't fucking speak. English is not my first language. Changes in the aroused person, some of which are pronounced while others are subtle. You can see most of what's on screen. So anything that can cause sexual arousal is sexual activity. So something like porn. Porn causes sexual arousal. That's the alone activities like masturbation. I want to make that clear. Because, oh boy, we're going to get into that. Also, it specifies fetishisms and BDSM activities, which MPreg is, in fact, one of those two things, if not both. So, just want to point that out there. Anyways, back to our little conversation about age of consent. Consequently, an adult who engages in sexual activity with a person younger than the age of consent, so sharing porn is engaging in sexual activity, as already described before, or sharing, I don't know, fan fiction of MPregs definitely counts as engaging in sexual activity. Okay, we agree on that. Wikipedia seems to agree with me on that, so we be golden there. Where the person younger than the age of consent is unable to legally claim that the sexual activity was consensual. Let me say that an adult who engages in sexual activities with a person younger than the age of consent is unable to legally claim that the sexual activity was consensual. Such sexual activities may be considered child sexual abuse or stationary rape, with the exceptions being the Romeo and Juliet laws. We'll explain those in a moment. I don't know. Oh, no, the image is fine. It's on Wikipedia. And if you're a child still watching this video, stop. This is not a good video for you to be watching.
Yep. We already warned you earlier.
So, obviously, per state, consent laws are different, but a lot of them involve the Romeo and Juliet law. The idea is that you cannot consent to sex if you are at the age of 18. Under the age of 18. In some states, the consent laws are different, but that is due to the Romeo and Juliet laws, which only allows if they're close in age. Although some jurisdictions provide exceptions through the Romeo and Juliet laws, if one or both participants are underage or close in age, as Wikipedia says. Within the United States, an adult, i.e., not a minor, is 18. So with that being said, anyone under the age of 18 cannot, for the most part, with exceptions, give consent. And if the child doesn't even ask, then consent sure as hell wasn't given. Continuing on. Small mention of pedophilia is not necessarily the sexual attraction to minors, but the general attraction to minors, which is classified as a mental illness. High Iona DSM-5 and studied psychology and mental health. I'm going to skip a bit of this, but the idea is basically that, as per Wikipedia again, we love Wikipedia here, I'm gonna be honest. Pedophilia is a psychological disorder in which an adult or older adolescent experiences a romantic or sexual attraction to a pubescent youth. According to the 5th edition of pedophilia is a paraphilia in which a person has intense sexual urges towards children and experience recurrent sexual urges towards and fantasizes about children, i.e. having a child draw porn. Asking a child to draw porn, which, by the way, they cannot consent to, as we have already prior discussed. Children cannot consent to sexual activities. Cool. All right. Just want to make that clear. We're gonna skip through a few of these because you can look through the screenshots, but a lot of it is conversations. There is a lot of screenshots here, if I'm being honest. Yeah, pretty sure if it wasn't for the law, I wouldn't have realized what Tater was said about us dating with me and P, where legally was bad. He'd be sexual with me and P, and if it wasn't for the law, he even tried finding loopholes to date us by finding things on the internet that said it's okay for an adult to date a minor as long as it was only romantically and not sexually, which even then really grossed me out. Yeah, I should preface that the definition of pedophilia has nothing to do with it being explicitly sexual. It can be romantically as well, as per the definition we just read earlier. So yeah, an ace person could definitely be a pedophile. Also, I'd like to bring up again that people can do this thing called lie. God forbid someone... Hey there, Tater. Are you a pedophile? No, I'm not. Well, I guess he's not. Case closed. What person's gonna admit that they're a pedophile? I would like a raise of hands of who thinks a pedophile would say, yes, ma'am, I am in fact a pedophile and love children. Because... oh boy, have I never met a pedophile who has admitted to that. Fucking good God.
And sadly, you've met quite a few.
Sadly, I've met a few. And we can date P if it's only romantic, according to Queen, looking it up. I've always been able to date P. It's you that we've been worried about. It's the sexual intentions that's illegal. And no, I'm talking about my age. It's generally not illegal to simply be in a non-sexual relationship with a minor. A friendship is what the internet refers to, is an adult being friends with a minor is technically, for the most part, okay. Although I do want to preface that if an adult is saying, look at these children, they're my best friends, that is what we call a red fucking flag. Stay the fuck away. I have friends who are children. Flair and Mar, Potato, Midnight even, are all amazing, wonderful people. And they are pretty good friends of mine. They're not my best friends. I'd say I trust them, but they're still children. I'm not going to be talking about that shit with them. And they aren't my best friends. My best friends are Flickr and Silent and S&M, who are all able to consent and are adults. Any adult that says, this child is my best friend, is not a good person to be around. The message above refers to the pornographic images that were sent to a minor. P at the time was technically being groomed. Whether P agrees with this statement now is none of my business, seeing as how P is an adult now, as far as I'm aware. P is still a minor. Neat. Cool. So, yeah, the child who drew porn, who is saying that it is okay that they drew porn, is still a child. Which, by the way, even if they were adult, wouldn't change anything. It's called grooming. Can we get a definition of grooming? Since we use that a lot on this channel. Grooming. I would like a definition. Sexual grooming. That works. Sexual grooming is the action or behavior used to establish an emotional connection with a minor, although it can be an adult as well, or at least a disabled adult, and sometimes the child's family, to lower the child's inhibitions with the objective of sexual abuse. It can occur in various settings, including online, in person, and through other means of communication. Children who are groomed may experience mental health issues, including anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress, and suicidal thoughts. So, here, let me ask you a question. How much does Tater talk about sexual topics around you? Probably quite a bit, considering he's having you draw porn, whether you'll admit to it or not. Let me ask you this, P. Do you think that maybe within that time of Tater talking about these topics around you, that maybe you've gotten comfortable with Tater talking about these topics around you? Because I can assure you, one, why the fuck are you watching this? I literally said no minors. I literally said no minors. You are still a child. Go. Leave. Leave. But for those who are staying here, who are listening to my rhetorical questions, to somebody who should not even be here, should not be watching, the answer is yeah. If an adult is talking to a child about sexual topics, children tend to get more comfortable with those topics. That's the point of sexual abuse, is to get them used to it. Because if they're used to it, then they're more likely to be lenient about certain things. But, yeah. So, anyways. A lot of this is just screenshots of very clear that, like, oh, this isn't great. They didn't ask you. I know this now, but you knew prior. I didn't actually remember knowing that. But you remember asking them for an NSFW. I vaguely, and I'm not the most likely, I'm most likely misremembering something that most likely didn't happen. Convenient, ain't it? Which is also bad. Yeah, whatever. Okay, Tater. Sure. Then we get on to, my friend Frost. Hello there, Frost. If you were watching this, you also really aren't supposed to be here because you are, I think, a child still. Frost still a minor? I'm pretty sure Frost is still a minor. But we don't know. Okay, well, I'm not going to ask, but Frost, I'm going to assume you're probably still a minor. So maybe you don't want to watch through this. But at the very least, while he was still a minor, this happens to be one of Frost's characters. And as you can see here, Tater really liked showing, interesting pictures. And talking about stealing Frost's genitals. Oh! Here's an image of mood drawing picture that is definitely not great. He's uncomfortable disclosing his age in general. Good. Frost should be uncomfortable disclosing his age in general. It's good to have the fucking internet safety. This is something kids seem to miss. But a lot of this is a lot of more conversations about that whole situation. From what I understand, Frost is straight. From what I'm seeing of these screenshots and seeing as how it's being kind of forced to be in a relationship with someone that Frost is very clearly uncomfortable with. Oh, we get to Arya. Oh, this is great. I did take a look at this. It's definitely interesting, that's for sure. Arya's a whole other problem. Speaking of Arya, should probably side note that Arya's posting videos again. So, hey, just remember, Arya's a fucking pedophile. Arya's just a full-on predator. Arya attempted to groom me while drunk. So, you know, maybe avoid her too. Even sent in here, do not ask anyone to draw NSFW. So we now know that Tater knows that this is not okay. Wait, knowing he did wrong. Yep. Okay, we're gonna skip over that. So above is a screenshot, a very interesting screenshot that we're gonna skip. It is of two characters doing a Devil's Tango. That was sent to children. Which is not great. Grooming children is not great. All of this is really fucking not great. There is evidence, by the way, that Moon never asked for said photos to be sent, but they were sent anyways. So, anyways, we've got more just NSFW. Hey, let's get a kid to draw things they probably shouldn't. Yeah, that's a lot of the document. This is nasty. This is gross. This isn't the main reason I'm making this video, sadly. Because you see, Tater wanted to make a video because I called him out. So we're going to keep this tab open. Because I'm going to need this later to pull up some Google definitions. And we're going to watch a video, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to watch two. Because I'd like to point out that this dumbass couldn't even post the fucking link correctly in his fan server. Yeah, he posted his argument for why he's not a pedophile in his fan server. I would also like to point out that there is a whole chat in his fan server that is for NSFW. And while it is locked using Discords, like you have to be an adult to look past this, that any minor can just say, I'm an adult and click on. All the people who are posting porn in that server are children, which is illegal. And yeah, I'll be reporting that to Discord after this because it is against the law. Side note for PC, Tater also tried to convince... Oh, wow. Tater also tried to convince a child to let Tater send them nudes. Interesting. I would not be surprised. Anyways, I think this is the bloopers. We're gonna look over both. And the reason why we're gonna look over both is because behaviors are important. Behaviors are very important, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got the asexual, a term used to describe someone who does not experience sexual attraction towards individuals of any gender. We're going to just asexual. Which, by the way, asexual and ace are two very different things. Oh, here's the AI overview. Asexual or ace is a term used to describe people who experience little to no. Little does not mean not at all. It means little. All right, let's see. Here's another one from the Trevor Project. People who identify as asexual experience little to no sexual attraction. This is from the Trevor Project. Trevor Project.
Oh, look! Can asexuals fall in love?
Can asexuals fall in love? Or let's see. Let's search up something specific. Can asexual get aroused? Some will experience arousal. Interesting. Which is what is required to be a pedophile is to experience sexual arousement. Let's see. Yeah, sexuality is fluid and can change. You can be horny and masturbate a lot and still be asexual. Ace people can experience sexual arousal or horny, if we're just using Google. Some asexual can experience arousal and orgasms. This is all just using Google. I don't know where this definition is from, but I bet, watch this, asexuals can't feel we're gonna play a game. Oh, look at this, guys! Asexual can't experience. So here's the thing about Google and the internet. I can nitpick anything on the internet to get whatever story I want. I'm gonna be honest. The University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, which looks to be exactly what this is quoted from, probably not the experts on asexuality. You know what probably is? The Trevor Project. So we're going to take the Trevor Project's definition, which is that some can identify, some can experience little sexual attraction. Does mean, I'm afraid, Tater, you've been caught red-handed. Because when the Trevor Project is saying this, when Wikipedia is saying this, when the fucking r/sexuality Reddit is saying this, when literally the LGBT Wikipedia, because I bet I go look at the LGBT Wikipedia, asexual, that's what we're looking for. Asexual refers to people who do not experience sexual attraction toward others, as well as people who experience limited or conditional sexual attraction.
That's what the terms gray and demi are for. Or demi-gray. Those are all for that little
Tater,
part of face.
actually, let's go look at where you found your definition from, because that is clearly what this is. It is somebody who experiences asexuality is a sexual orientation, which is different from celibacy. By choice to refrain from engaging in sexual behaviors, does not comment on one's sexual attraction. Asexuality is an identity and sexual orientation. It is not a medical condition. Sexual attraction is not necessary for a person to be healthy. Gray ace or gray asexual are terms used to describe individuals who feel as though their sexuality falls somewhere on the spectrum of sexuality between ace and sexuality. Demisexual are individuals who do not experience primary sexual attraction but may experience secondary sexual attractions after a close emotional connection has already been formed. So within your own little website, that you used on Google to define asexual does not agree with your point. Because, yeah, this video is about to point out that because Tater is apparently asexual again, I think the screenshots can prove that wrong, but whatever. Since Tater is asexual, Tater cannot be a minor. They misread celibacy like celibacy. Ugh.
Also, you said
Alright,
Tater cannot
so-
be a minor instead of like
Oh,
when you
my
were
bad.
saying asexual.
My
Like,
bad. Rage.
yeah,
The rage is taking over me. I
It's okay.
apologize. But
I'm
yeah,
just
we're gonna
letting you know there would
we're gonna
be-
just
So
listen
this
out.
is a video that I think none of us had thought to make. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you did the wrong general. You did Celestial SMP General. That's not the right general. I literally... Sorry to interrupt.
Alright, take
You
5.
did the wrong one.
So
Alright, so this is a video that I think none of us had thought to.
so is the crying little bitch in the back Tater?
Yeah,
Okay, so the
That's
one who's
Tater.
fake sobbing.
the one that doesn't talk for the
Alright,
majority of
so-
the video is Tater.
So how many minutes is it in until we hear the fake crying?
Alright.
So as an
roughly
actor,
maybe
as
a
an
minute
actor,
or so.
Tater, I have some notes. Okay, as an actor, I have some notes, Tater. I do method acting, so I'm the kind of actor that's like, hey, go think of dead puppies. That might do you some actual good because holy shit, this crying is so fucking fake. It's unbelievable. Like, please, you might as well think of dead children because, like, let's be real, that's who you're attracted to, apparently. As disgusting as that might be. Good God. I don't know how pedophiles can do this shit. I'm gonna be honest, the thought of sending anything like what Tater sends to a child to me truly disgusts me. It is revolting. It is seriously disgusting. But yeah, no, Tater, please. Next time you come to auditions with this kind of shit, please, like, think of dead puppies, dead children, not getting to interact sexually with minors. That might be pretty upsetting for you. Because like this, it's just not giving it,
So this is a video that I
You
think
sound like a fucking trumpet. I'm sorry. For some reason, I actually thought at the beginning of this that sobbing was like somebody doing the that thing with like a fucking
by
trumpet.
the way, can't.
I'm so sorry. Maybe I'm being a little too much of an asshole. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tater. I'll try to be nicer to the pedophile. I'm sorry.
none of us
Right.
had thought to make. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you did
I can do it
the
too,
wrong
Tater.
general. You did Celestial SMP
Like, what is this? You sound like you're about to start cackling.
General. That's not the right.
Oh,
Casey,
can you all
we
not?
can't see or hear it.
You all can't.
Yeah,
see
we
it, okay.
can.
Yeah.
We can't make fun of it with you.
Yeah, we
all
can. We
right,
can. We want to.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Anyways, this fucking trumpet
Alright,
horn
So
motherfucker.
this is a video that I think none of us had
You see what I
thought to
mean?
make.
It sounds like a motherfucking
goodness.
trumpet.
Why do they have it
I
on
think
the
that's their
wall?
voice.
Oh yeah, that's what we went and
They use-
explored. Because they have on the wall. That's what that one website I said that was the website they used because it's exactly what
Yeah,
was
I
used here.
know.
And the website they
Oh.
used here actually disproves what they're saying because their point is that if Tater is ace, he can't be a pedophile. But like, actually, hell, we're gonna go to Google again, guys. Can someone be ace and also a pedophile? Interesting. Let's well, this is not. That's not anything official. Is it possible for a person to be a pedophile? No, that doesn't answer. Does this answer? This doesn't answer anything.
I mean, we looked at the definition and it said romantic. Not
Is
all
it ace phobic
aces
to
are
call
aro.
someone who is ace a pedophile? Earlier today, I was arguing with a guy defending child porn. I called him a pedophile, which he countered by saying that he's ace, and it's ace-phobic. I had no prior knowledge to this, but he wouldn't let go of the idea. Am I in the wrong here? Not ace-phobic. Big side-eye to someone who defends that shit as well. Oh, it's not real kids you like, just drawn kids? Still fucked up. Definitely not. In fact, the guy kind of played himself. Reason is he defended child pornography, which tells us the possibility that he consumes it. Asexual is not being sexually attracted to anything. So he can't be asexual if he consumes porn. Asexual people can still get horny and watch porn, just like aces can still have sex. They can still feel romantic attractiveness unless they're aro too. However, and if an adult is attracted to a minor of any description, real or animated, that is pedophilia, and calling them out on it isn't acephobic in the slightest. I do mean this objectively, though, because I don't know OP or the accused or whether or not most of this is true. Yeah, so of course not. It might have been pretty rude. I looked at your post history, found you chopped out a bit early prior to the conversation. Yeah, So from what I'm seeing, as far as the LGBT subreddit is concerned, yeah, you can still be a pedophile while being ace. And it's specifically talking about watching porn, which, Tater, you do a lot of, buddy. You do so much, you have children to. Oh, man, oh, man.
Not all aces are aro, and not all aros are aces.
But yeah, no, this...
So this is a video that I think none of us had thought to make.
I want to see... Does he
I'm
stop
sorry
crying?
to interrupt, but you did the wrong general. You did Celestial SMP general. That's not the right general.
Interesting. The moment it's wrong,
MP
Tater
general.
stops.
That's not the right general.
I don't hear Tater at all.
It's...
Interesting. For someone who was sobbing real hard a few moments ago, supposedly.
It's quite literally...
Ness has a great
Yeah.
comment in the mute chat.
Hold on, I think my dogs are whining. Oh wait, it's that fake ass crying.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Alright, take
You
5.
did the...
So I would like to point out,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you did the wrong general.
boom, right there. So out of 28 minutes out of this 39-minute clip, there's literally no crying. So, interesting. Tater, if you're so upset about being called a pedophile, why did it suddenly stop? The moment that you thought the cameras weren't on.
Also, 5 takes.
Yeah, 5 takes seems like a lot. But, what's this other video's length? Oh, it's only 30 minutes. Oh, boy. A short video from a pedophile for once? Oh, man. Well, apparently this is only part 1. I may
Also,
not do
wasn't
videos.
edited.
Yeah, as for the other part, I'll probably do commentaries on them. But at least for now, this is just what you get because I'm moving. I will be more than happy to continue with this conversation once I'm done moving. But as for now, when they fucking make them and post them, yeah, well, this dumbass only shared it in their fan server. You know, the place where they allow the children to post porn. So I assume that the person who's talking is a child. Tater, why is a child defending you? I would like to just say, for reference here, that right now in my server, the server that I'm recording this in, there are children that can see the chat that I'm in, because I'm just in a general recording chat. Right now in the VC, it is just me, Ness, Flicker, SK, and Moon, all of which are adults, because the children have been told not to join because of this the topic of this video is not appropriate. So having a child in the video where you talk about not being a pedophile, do you think that maybe raises some red flags? Just a thought.
I think this is a video that none of us had thought.
Oh, that took a good few minutes for you to start, and it sounds the same, too. God almighty, did you make a soundboard with that cry? A fucking soundboard cry? Good God!
Maybe.
Like, at least go fucking shove a nail into your foot to get some genuine sobs, my dude. You sound like you're
Apparently
talking in a
everyone
motherfucking Pringles
besides
can
Tater.
playing a trumpet song. Good. I can't take this pedophile seriously. This is the
That's
most obscure bullshit I have ever had to see in my life. This motherfucker asked a child to draw porn, sent that porn to another child, and is now claiming they're ace? Then sent a minor to attack me, then said that they never actually. Oh, and by the way, also sent in their fan server asking for people to harass me. I would like to reiterate, and at least preface, that they did put a tone indicator to indicate they were joking. However, by saying, hey, go harass this person, haha, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you are, in fact, still sending harassment. Like, I don't want anyone to harass you, Tater. I just don't want you to be around children. I just want children to be far the fuck away from you. Because you are a fucking danger. You are a fucking vile monster. You are a criminal that deserves to be put in jail. I do not wish for anyone to harass you. People should block you and move the fuck on because you're a creep. I just don't want any of my fans interacting with you. And I am allowed to set the boundary of, hey, if you interact with this person, I don't want to interact with you. It's really weird how angry people get when you set boundaries. Because that's what started this, by the way. That's why Tater's making this video, is to go after me, I assume. Because apparently I'm not allowed boundaries. So not only are you a pedophile, Tater, but you were more than happy with encouraging your friends, your good friend, a 15-year-old, to break my boundaries. Now, I don't know what gender Tater is, but I get this awful feeling that Tater might be AMAB. Oh, well that's not a good look. Tater is female to male trans. Oh, yikes. So, they should know better, is what I'm hearing. They should know better. They should know what it's like. But, maybe I'm wrong. As somebody who is on the spectrum of AFAB that is undefined gender, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing or what I am at any point in time. What? Okay.
We would be making. Isn't that right, little cute teddy bear?
Ah, yes. Use cute things to show that we're on the side of good because we have cute things. No. That's a manipulative tactic. Manipulation tactic. You know what? We're gonna play a game. Because it's all adults here. I would love to see somebody play a drinking game with this of how many manipulation tactics we can point out. So far we've got one. Actually, we've got two because we've got the fake crying. I can't even hear what's being said. It would be better if Tater was muted. Like, it would look so much better if he was just muted. Like, okay, come on. Like, the fact that I'm giving you advice now on how to make a video not make you look like shit says something. But, yeah, okay. I've got, you know what? I got a bottle of water. We're gonna play this, all right? Every time manipulation tactics are used, We're
I
gonna
don't
take
have enough liquid for this.
a sip of water. We're gonna have to go get more. But anyways, we're already at 2, right? We've got the fake crying. And we've got the intentionally cute object / sets. And then we've got the fucking Google of asexual. Like that was supposed to fucking help. So yeah, that's 3 drinks so far. All right.
So
Oh, the child's hugging the adult. Oh, that's gross.
if you don't know who I am, I'm gonna just do my little intro. Hi, I am Laughter or King Laughter. Welcome to my channel, etc., etc. Get that stuff out of the way. And
King Laughter? I shouldn't be making fun of the children here on screen. Make it 4. Oh, what's 4? Is it the fake crying that's still going on?
Drinks.
Making
shots.
the child try to comfort you.
Yeah, huh.
we're
Yeah.
here in defense of Tater the
I'll
Potato.
count that 3.5 because Tater never said anything. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't something in the media chat, but to
Well,
give
you'll
the
see.
benefit of the doubt, right now, we're only at 3. We'll get there. We'll get there, but we're only at 3 right now.
A dear friend of all of ours, especially this cute bear right here.
Who's that bear?
I don't know. It's just referred to as teddy bear.
Neat. Okay. Well, I'm going
I don't know
to
who that
assume
is.
that that's also a child.
Yeah, my only assumption is that everybody there minus Tater's child, because as far as I know, Soul, Tater, Pander, not Tater, Soul, Pander, and Laughter are minors.
All right. Okay. We'll assume that this is probably also a child.
We're joined by
voice changer.
Soul, Pander, and Tater the
Oh, hey, so that black and white bitch is the one who harassed me. I shouldn't call a child a bitch.
Yep. That is.
Nah, you know
that is
what?
cool.
Fuck it. You're an absolute fucking bitch. You don't go harassing people, okay? I don't care, child or not. Don't harass people. That's not cool. And that is what you did, you little goof. I was gonna use another word, but I can't be calling children that.
Little
that would
goober.
Be wrong. What was it that you
Silly,
told
silly goose.
me? What was it that you told me? I see M's DMing me. I'll answer that later. What was it that you told me? To paraphrase, that it was okay that Moon was sent porn because, quote unquote, he asked for it. And that Pander drew that shit willingly and wasn't forced to do it at all. Not like manipulation wasn't happening. Pander could have said no. There's this neat thing called Pander can't consent. Pander never said yes. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go back to Google real quick. Because I'm curious. Give me a second. Hang on. I gotta type this out. Is for minors. Let's see. It is illegal to show pornography to someone under the age of 18. Interesting. So Moon, guess what? It was illegal for you to be shown porn.
Really?
Yeah, crazy. All right, here we go. Is it illegal for minors to draw porn? Let's see. I believe an under 18 participant in any form of sexually explicit activity or communications is both unwise and most probably illegal. If they persist in this activity, the details should be presented to an attorney. Interesting. So this is from a lawyer that says, hey, having a child draw porn, not a good idea. Is it illegal to draw porn? Is it illegal for a minor to draw porn? Interesting. So legal advice is still saying it's unsafe to post that. Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of not a lot of official sites, but a lot of lawyers are saying this is a bad idea. So yeah, I would say definitely not legal as far as the internet seems to be concerned. The internet seems to agree with the idea that it's probably not legal. So, just as a side note, the site that you were using to deliberately providing a specific minor with 18 plus art may be declared as child grooming. Interesting. Very interesting.
The potato himself. So basically what's been going on is that today there was a person going around and kicking people from their server. We're not going to
I did do that.
disclose the person's name.
No, say my name. Don't be afraid. You already said it. You already made the mistake of saying it, buddy, in your server. Like, come on. Don't be a coward. Say my name. Call me out. Why are you so scared suddenly?
But if you want to know, go
They
over
might
to
be talking
Soul's
about
channel. They're
someone
gonna
else.
re-edit this and basically expose
According
them.
to
I'm not
chat.
stooping to the person's level, but if
Oh, they're not stooping to my level. Oh, poor baby. Oh, the poor baby's all grown up. He's a big boy. Or she.
big
I don't
boy,
know their
Mom.
gender, but they're a big boy. They're not gonna stoop to my level. Oh, my level of calling a pedophile out and having boundaries. Oh my god. Are you saying you don't have boundaries, child? Because that's what it sounds like. How dare you have boundaries? I don't want to respect your boundaries. Fucking child.
I will say,
I
Soul
can
goes
cry
by
better
they,
than Tater on command. Jesus fuck.
Soul goes by they, Z, he. I don't know about the person recording because I can't find them because they're not online.
Okay, I'll use they. I don't want to disrespect people's pronouns. I'm not an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, I am an asshole, but not for those reasons. I'm an asshole because I'm calling a predator out for being a predator. Anyways.
Soul wants to do that,
I'm
go
stooping
ahead.
to the person's level, quite honestly.
Yeah.
They started this, so
They're talking about who. Ah, I see. Yeah, I don't really like that person either, but to be quite fair, what they did, I would like to say this publicly, because they are a child, so I do not wish to say their name. But apparently they're talking about a certain someone who did some things during a live stream. The server kicking is you. The stream thing is 0. Got it. Okay.
You just said the name.
I just said the name. You know what? Fuck it. It's fine. I would like to say this. I don't really like them. I don't really like the child that did the stream stuff. because I have personal issues with being friends with really horrible people. However, I would like to reiterate that while I don't condone that kind of behavior, got no problem with a child doing something like that against a fucking pedophile. Tater's using the fucking crying emote. Yeah, I did notice that.
I was going to point
Another
that
drink,
out.
another drink.
At
Here we
some
go.
point.
Water time, boys.
Cheers. I'm gonna be so hydrated after this. Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm
Yeah,
super
they serve this. I do apologize about the quality, but that does not matter here. So, the reason why
I know it's not intentional, but I apologize about the quality, but who gives a shit about quality control when we're talking about pedophilia? They're basically sympathy baiting the minors here. Oh, definitely.
this person has not just been kicking, but banning people from their...
Oh no! I've been banning people! Oh! That's so much worse than kicking. What the fuck? If you don't agree with my shit, get the fuck out. Why is this such a problem?
server is because they've been making the accusation that Tater is a pedophile.
This is true.
Now, there are many counterclaims to this.
Oh, okay, let's hear the
Such
counterclaims.
as these definitions.
Yeah, we've already gone over
So, read
this.
them out.
An asexual person, a term used to describe someone who does not.
Is that Soul's voice?
Yeah, they clear their throat here in a minute, but they don't sound like they've been drinking anything, so I think that their voice is just a little scratchy.
I was about to say, oh god, I can't. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be so insulting, but I cannot listen to this voice for that long. Oh my god.
Experience
it's iffy.
sexual attraction toward individuals of any gender.
Nail on
Asexuality is a sexual
chalkboard.
orientation is different from celibacy, and that celibacy is a choice to
I
refrain
pledge
from engaging in
allegiance
sexual
to the
behaviors
flag
and does not
of the
comment on
United
one's
States of
sexual actions.
America. No? Anyone else? I'm sorry. Everyone looking at the board just made me think of the fucking... Oh,
I was
celibacy.
about
Yeah.
to start going along with you, and I was like, no.
For some reason, the way they all looked at the board, it just like, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And to the... Can you tell that I'm... Like, okay, I must admit for me, it's 9 p.m. This is not my usual behavior when dealing with pedophiles. I usually take this shit a lot seriously. That's not an English word, but whatever. I usually take this more seriously. But I've had to deal with so many pedophiles now, and you don't understand. This is the same argument. Literally, go watch any other of the videos of me discussing these kind of topics, and we go over the same thing. It's the same points. It's not... Using Google definitions is not how you have arguments. Anyways.
And/or another definition that's commonly used, a term used for someone who experienced little to no sexual
Yep.
attraction.
Yeah, they even said little to no sexual attraction. They even said in the video that it's little attraction. That does not mean none. This is a 15-year-old argue. Oh, yeah, I'd like to point out that so far this is just a 15-year-old talking.
And this is brought up because Tater himself is an asexual.
Hey,
I still have
hi,
a
I'm Ace.
spectator.
Hey, SK, aren't you Ace? Wild,
I
crazy.
am the ultimate form of ace.
Let's see.
I'm
Flicker,
Anyway.
aren't you also Ace?
I think most of the VC
I'm
right now is
Demi.
ace.
Cool.
Wave.
Moon,
Also
how about you?
Demi.
Cool. I know M is. Yeah, so, you're full of shit? Like, oh man, bestie, Charlie took a big old dump in here because all I'm smelling is bullshit. All I'm smelling is bullshit. Oh my god. I don't even
Why-
live in the
why-
same state and I can smell it from here. I don't even know where
Why
Tater
does Tater
lives.
have a stick? I'm just questioning why they have a stick right now. I don't know
Clearly.
why.
He needs to.
For dramatic
I can't make that
effect.
joke. I can't make that joke. I can't make that joke. I can't make that joke. We're not gonna make
As
that
well
joke.
as
Okay.
Yeah.
many of us ourselves. I believe, Soul, you are an asexual, I'm an asexual.
Asexual at times. Ace flux means I go
Yeah.
from different things on the spectrum of asexuality.
Interesting. So you as an ace person do experience sexual attraction. That's very weird to be talking about that with a minor, but if we're gonna have this argument here, we're gonna have this argument here.
Why are the
The
children,
children being asked their
about
sexual orientation is so wrong.
Why are they being asked?
Yeah, that is agreed.
Yeah, I am.
Is this child having to go look up what their sexual orientation is right now?
Oh my god.
Does this dumbass not even know what it is off the top of their head? Like, I get not knowing how to pronounce it, but like, it's between just minors or just adults is fine. But there's
So we're gonna go over here
oh,
and talk about this definition. The definition of pedophilia.
which, by the way, we've already discussed, and also Oxford Dictionary, really. Also, I love how they scribbled out in red. You know what? I want to go see what that red thing is. So we're gonna go Oxford
I don't think it's a scribbling
Dictionary.
out, but just a really wonky underlining.
Now, there's usually a thing under it that says, like,
It might say that it's like a noun or something.
well, no, noun's above it. There's
Oh.
usually, like, a sentence or something.
I don't know how that
they
stuff
cut
works because I
out.
never check that. I always go to like an actual dictionary or a dictionary website,
Yeah,
Which is fair.
We're gonna go to Oxford.
or in the case of checking the term for pedophilia, the DSM-5, because a dictionary isn't entirely correct.
Literally, Wikipedia is.
It's the shorthand.
But here we go. The Oxford reference. So this is Oxford Dictionary. Well, it's the Oxford reference, but it's it's a dictionary. Quick reference is a sexual attraction to children of either sex that may cause deviant behavior. Sexual activity with any children under the age of 16 is illegal in the UK. I'd also like to preface that this is talking about the UK. I'm pretty sure Oxford is a fucking British dictionary. Guess what's funny about the Oxford Dictionary being the fucking British dictionary? It isn't American. And you know what? It means it's not going to have American fucking laws. Deviant behavior actually perfectly describes whatever the fuck this all shit is. Deviant behavior. That's what you are, potato.
I found
potato,
their exact,
tater.
like, thing.
Tater, no. Is not potato, but Tater, that's what you are. You are
Yeah,
a
well,
fucking
they put
deviant, Tater. You are a miscreant, if you will. You are a you're not even a hooligan. I can't even call you a
they don't
fucking
have-
hooligan. Because you are just a disgusting person. A really fucking nasty person.
was just poor underlining. I looked it up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sexual feelings directed towards children.
So this is
Specifically right
sexually or sexual feelings. This is a thing that counters this.
Yeah. So that thing we talked about earlier about how people can lie, they can tell not truths. I hate to break it to you, but Tater definitely has that second problem. So if that's your definition, that just leads me to believe that Ace is just a lie to cover up what he's actually doing. that's just me.
This counters that.
Oh, wait, there's a second definition. Hang on. Where's my water? Because misinformation is definitely a form of manipulation. Everyone got their water drink? Everyone got their water drink? So far,
Mine's
we're at
like
5, I believe.
75% empty.
Well, we're going to keep going.
as what I'm trying to say.
Bad words.
And yes, I am. And multiple of us are very angry in this type of situation.
Oh no, the children are angry at me. Oh no, are you gonna
They
try
don't
to
sound
kill
angry.
me? Yeah, you don't fucking sound mad.
Because many of us in Tater server has been a victim of such type of stuff, such as
So two things can be true.
Oh.
Two things can be true. Two things can be true. A child can be abused in childhood and also be an abuser as an adult. Right?
Mhm.
Two things can be true. There can be children who are not experiencing pedophilic behavior with Tater, while others could be experiencing the pedophilic behavior with Tater. So by children saying, well, I've never experienced that so with Tater, so it's fine. You are perpetuating a cycle of abuse. And I hate to be this person, but that does in turn make you an abuser. And
There's
children can commit acts of abuse.
yeah.
So,
There's also
interesting.
minors can still like suffer and then go back through the cycle again, not noticing the cycle repeating because you were already used to the behavior. So you might not recognize it more than once.
Yep. Anyways,
as me. If others would like to come forward, yep. So,
I've been sexually harassed when I was younger.
yep.
again, is that a fucking voice changer?
Yeah, Tater's using a voice changer.
Yeah, Tater uses a voice changer. In most
Hey,
of
you
their
know,
stuff.
here's the best thing. I don't even need to use a fucking voice changer to get that deep. And you know what?
It still makes me sound like I'm full of bullshit. I still sound like a fucking asshole. You sound even more like a pedophile. You sound, oh my god, he sounds like those fucking true crime podcasts where they like interview the pedophile to get their like rationality on why they did things. And you know how they like change the voice to like, not give away the identity of who they're talking about. That's what
Yeah.
he sounds like right now. He sounds like that. That's what he sounds like. It's so fucking wild. So anyways. But again, back to my previous statement of both things can be true. Tater can be abused as a child and also be a pedophile.
I've been
Multiple times.
sexually harassed by an adult and from people at.
I've been harassed by both adults and children. That doesn't mean anything. You can keep saying, well, I was sexually harassed. That does not change the evidence that shows that Tater did commit fucking crimes.
School.
So, yeah, basically, this is the type of situation we're gonna be going through.
Cool.
If you do not like the subjects, please leave. If you're a minor and
If you're a minor, please leave.
What?
Why are you still here then, buddy?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
You can't give a trigger warning for children if children are there.
It's also counterintuitive because they're putting it like in a spot where like they've already talked about the heavier topics. On top of the factor that
Yeah, I have
those are minors.
screenshots of Tater talking about getting his genitals touched in the general of a fucking fan server. Like,
Was it in like explicit detail too?
yeah,
Roughly.
Yeah.
roughly, but yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I didn't read it because I didn't want to.
Valid.
I would have gotten
Valid.
the ick probably. So
You probably would have.
Mhm.
This whole situation's giving me the ick.
That's
be fair.
fair. Yeah. Yeah, reading the document was
If you're a minor, do not watch this video.
If you're a minor that doesn't listen, go ahead and watch the video.
Yeah.
don't encourage
Interesting.
minors.
What?
Don't encourage minors to
Interesting.
watch them.
Okay, we're gonna take another drink of water. That was interesting. Yeah, so Soul just encouraged minors to watch the video.
Don't.
If
Bad
you're a
hand
minor who
flaps.
doesn't listen, keep watching
Icky
the
hand
video.
flaps.
Thank you. Thank
Eh.
you for encouraging a minor to watch a fucking video about a pedophile. Thank you.
You're just admitting that they're allowed to watch the video
Eh.
regardless, even if they're not a minor who doesn't want to listen.
Yeah.
Because you doing that just implies that they can watch regardless.
Yeah. If you're not bothered and you actually want to listen to this side
If
of
you're
the story,
not bothered, we're concerned.
I highly
Take another
suggest
drink for
if
that.
you are a person that believes any of this person or the said person we're going to be talking about says, what are you doing? Why are you bunking?
Up behind someone?
Hi.
According to Google, one of the things that happened to me apparently counts as sexual assault.
What?
One of the things that happened to me counts as sexual assault.
What? What is he even
According to
saying?
Google, one of the things that happened to me counts as sexual assault. My key phrase here, by the way, is according to Google. Their we know what their favorite search engine is, guys.
I even use Google and I even know better. All right, anyways, hang on.
Anyways, if you are a person that believes any of these accusations, please watch this video for your information.
Oh, sweet. So this is for me. Cool.
Information.
You're dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. Cool. Insults. Right.
Yep. Man, I love when they say a person who believes the accusations and then, or for dumbass.
For a lot of this information purpose.
So far, I want to point this out. So far, the person who's talking, I have a lot more respect for them. I'm gonna be like just cut and dry. Very clearly, they're being misled, and I'm really sorry that's happening to you, buddy. Not that you should be reading this, but like very clearly, you're being like dragged along here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but like, this person is actually like talked with a bit of respect. They're holding themselves a little bit high. Some of the wording's a bit iffy, but this is somebody who's being groomed. Soul is just a piece of shit. Like, just harassing, calling people assholes casually.
They're really
like,
not being nice.
wow, you are a really not so
sunshine,
great
huh?
person. I'm surprised you have friends.
Ooh.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. I struggle to see. I bet. I can almost guarantee anyone who's friends with Soul is probably also friends with Tater. Like, they probably don't have friends outside of people who are in the middle of being abused and groomed. Because I can't think of a person who isn't in the middle of that shit who would be willing to tolerate with that. That is certainly an attitude. And I'm only talking bad about Soul, duly Soul, to the fact that A, they're being an asshole, quite frankly. So if you can't take it, don't dish it. But B, this person did harass me. So quite frankly, you can't just go harassing people on the internet and not expect them to be a little upset about it. But just to make that very clear, there's a reason I am not saying anything about anyone else, but Soul and Tater, because one's a pedophile and the other one's, harasser.
This is just to defend a friend. Please do not go straight to the comments and hate on me.
Okay. If you don't agree with this and you go to the comments to hate on this person, I don't want you at my channel either. Because there should be no hate comments. And no one in my community, I should preface this. No one in my community, I would tolerate that kind of behavior. And I want to say this, I have done this before. Any evidence that any of my fans are doing this kind of shit, tell me, because I have no problem blocking their ass or removing them. Because I don't tolerate that shit. I don't tolerate the abusive comments, that kind of stuff. I don't tolerate that stuff from my fans. Party Cubs know better. But that's kind of the funny thing with these people is usually they like to claim that that's what's happening, and yet they can show no evidence.
Or any of us.
Hate on any of us.
Yeah, on any of us.
Oh no, please hate on Tater. In the comment section, you fucking this person's a pedophile. If that's their definition of hate. There shouldn't be any telling them to go kill themselves or anything like that. I want to make that very clear.
No.
Me making jokes about going to their comment section. I want to make it very clear. I will not make jokes about this. There should no be encouraging suicide. There should be no encouraging any self-harm behavior. We don't do that. Going to the comment section and saying this person's a pedophile, that is not a hateful comment. Want to make that clear. Want to make that distinction very clear. Because I don't want these people to come to me and be like, well, the comment section said that this person's a pedophile and I didn't like that. No.
Us in general. So, what we're going to start off is we're going to go over... There's going to be, a lot of, messages blurred out on my video, but, the name of the person blurred out on my video, but, yeah, so we're gonna go head over to the conversation that Soul and the person had, alright? So, we're gonna start off where this teddy bear here is actually, involved with. So,
lovely.
The announcement that they made was that, but just a reminder, I'm going to...
Oh, I think I know who that teddy bear is now. I know who that teddy bear is. Oh, I know who it is. I am a good 90% sure they're a minor. I know who it is now. That's hilarious. I do
So
know
everybody in there minus Tater is a minor.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure I know who that teddy bear is. Interesting. Fascinating.
We're going to sweep to clean away anyone who supports something shit. We'll maybe make a post on Tater eventually, but with moving, I just don't have the time right now. But yeah, don't support predators or else you'll get yeeted. Checking through some servers before purging. So, one thing is that there is no way that this person has information on who and who does the supporting.
I do have that information. That's how I was able to ban people. Because guess what? I keep an eye on things. It's really crazy. I actually give a shit about who's in my community, and I take time and effort. I know a lot of other YouTubers don't, all right? So I know people aren't really used to it, but I like to have a community of very kind and supporting people and a lot of safe people. I don't like having dangerous people in my that call themselves party cubs. So like, yeah, I don't stop who watches my videos because like fucking give me the views. Like like I'm gonna stop people from viewing my channel. Please. But when it comes to the actual like activities of like the fan server and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure anyone in this VC can testify that I do actually keep a pretty close eye on that stuff. I always have.
Nuts.
So
Can
I
confirm.
this is not anything new. I don't know why this is suddenly like surprise Pikachu? What? Pandy pays attention to our fan server. What? I always have.
Tater whatsoever. And I'm gonna be for real with you. You do not have to be supporting the person if you want or if you like their stuff.
I can. That is up to me to set that boundary or not. I thank you for telling me my boundaries. However, counter argument, you're wrong.
You can just like the content.
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
We're not going down that path.
Harry Potter, Five Nights at Freddy's. When
Especially
Oh, wow. They brought Five Nights at Freddy's and supporting Scott into this, didn't they? Yeah, I fully support Scott. That's why I still absorb the content. Thank you. But yeah, no, I do support Scott.
yeah,
Melanie Martinez was once accused, and I was told by several people about it, and
I
quite
don't know who
literally,
this
you
is.
don't have to support the actions of a specific person to like the content.
yeah, you do.
Separate the artist from the art.
Don't get me started on Tater's MPreg fictions of Harry Potter. Oh. Woo, interesting. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
again, I get to set those boundaries. I can say this is acceptable to support, but this isn't acceptable support to the people who are around me. And if you don't agree with that, that's totally fine. This is why we're not friends. But yeah.
do not include the artist or separate the artist from the art. That is
No.
what we're trying to get through here.
Oh yeah, remember Pity Party. No, you're talking about a completely different song than what I listen to, fam. You're talking about a remake, my dude. Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about a completely different song. Like, I know what you're talking
We had
about.
this conversation like last week.
You are very wrong. You are very wrong. The song that I was quoting is so freaking old. The song that I was singing is by a gal named Lindsay Gore. I do know what song you're talking about. I do kind of know who. Yeah. It's just literally called that. Yeah. Okay, I just want to make that clear. Yeah, completely different song. Completely different song, completely different territory. Just want to make that clear. Yeah, but
And
again, thank you for telling me my boundaries. But respectfully, no.
basically do not
I also think it's very strange that their argument now is basically just like, well, even if he is a pedophile, people should still be allowed to support his content. Like, that is the argument that's happening right now. I want to make that clear. That is the conversation that's happening.
Do they not know that people get paid on YouTube
Well,
you
that's
can,
why
like-
they mention stuff like Harry Potter and stuff like that, which is kind of
Yeah.
a strange thing because, like, there's a lot of merch that she doesn't get the money for. Even the brand merch, it's kind of one of those deals of like she already got the money. She doesn't always continuously get money for brand deals. Just want to make that clear that there is like a very distinct difference between like A and B. But, you know, can't tell the difference apparently. This is why children shouldn't be having this argument.
Excluding people who like support the art is not okay.
Boo-hoo, cry me your liver, wah wah. Man, I already cried, Tater. I've already cried better than Tater has. Also, Tater has completely stopped crying. If he was crying so hard during the beginning of this, how come it stopped? But yeah, supporting a groomer
Where's
isn't
the
really
sniffling?
okay.
And that's, I think, a thing we're saying for now, or right now.
Questioning if
and
the
then
content
their
is
other
actually art.
announcement that they made in said server. I still don't have time to make the full video or a full video breakdown, but since they feel so comfortable name dropping me, I am also Ace. Sending NSFW pictures to kids, having kids them them is predatory behavior. Sexual.
Ah, yes. So it's okay. By the way, that's the definition of pedophilia, not predatory. Whoops. Big slip up there. I'm sorry. That said predatory. I said predatory, and they're reading the definition of pedophile. Those aren't the same
Sexual
thing.
feeling directed to children.
This is not the same.
Also, the walking between the chalkboards is very awkward.
Oh, they're trying to be funny, I think, or they're not.
I don't know.
So, I want to say, sending or having a
Yeah, please. I want to hear you say sending porn to a child is okay.
minor draw NSFWs or
Having a
artwork,
child
or
draw
sending
NSFW.
that to a minor is not pedophilia.
So it's okay.
That is just
Sending.
So it's acceptable behavior, is what you're saying.
something that people do.
Yeah, so you are saying it is acceptable behavior. Fucking let's go. They literally just. Oh man, yep, it sure is okay that happened.
And yeah,
Yeah.
Kids
Look
out
at the
there,
video,
even
right?
younger than how old Panda is, not going to disclose that, who have drawn NSFW
Yeah.
and really more bad than that.
take a look at
Quite
the gotcha
literally,
community.
this is the
Oh yes, please go look at more child porn, please. Go look at more child-made porn, just to reiterate my point. I
Stop. Don't do that.
internet.
Yeah, this is the internet. People are gonna do that shit.
this is the internet. Therefore, it's acceptable for there to be I'm sorry. This is the internet. It's acceptable that I was raped. Congrats. Well, I feel so much better about what happened to me, guys. Man, I just I got over that in 2 seconds. It's the internet. That's not how that works.
Internet safety is important.
Just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's okay. There's a lot of stuff on the internet that isn't okay. Revenge porn happens over the internet that isn't necessarily okay. People are indoctrinated into cults over the internet, and that necessarily isn't okay. There's a lot of stuff that happens on the internet that is not okay, and the internet can be used to do some very dangerous things. To have this kind of mentality that if it's on the internet, it's fine, is very, very dangerous.
Look at the gotcha community. We have a whole side of it where there's little kids making
Don't look at that.
Well, that person's doing it, so I want to be allowed to have my adult friends share porn?
Yeah, the gacha heat
That's what
community,
you
the
sound
kind
like.
that isn't acceptable because it's literally children making disgusting fucking
I
porn
want to
content.
reiterate that you sound like a 5-year-old throwing a goddamn tantrum because your adult friend isn't allowed to send porn. How dare you call my friend out for doing something that's fucking illegal? As we have already shown, using your favorite little Google search engine, it is illegal to distribute porn to children.
I
Thank
do
you.
want to mention, because they want to bring up gacha, that the creator of Gacha Club, Gacha Life, whatever, has strictly made it so that way it's impossible to do gacha heat without severe editing anymore, because he doesn't think that's acceptable. He doesn't want people to do that with his own game.
Literally,
He
when you
finds it
use gacha,
disgusting.
you agree to not create gacha heat.
Porn, or of characters,
What the
etc.,
fuck?
etc. Look at the My Hero
What?
Academia community.
What?
Look at any other
What's that
fandoms
noise?
That was Tater fake
besides
retching.
from this. Like,
Oh,
what?
yes, because there's
retching,
porn and
pretending to puke.
because of Rule 34, it should be allowed for children to draw porn.
There's Rule 34 of everything.
Yeah, but that's their
that's
argument
actually the
right now is
point of
because
Rule
there's
34.
porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their point is because there's porn of everything, they should be allowed to. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
I think it's gross that there's NSFW shit of fucking Elmo from Sesame Street.
I find it
Like
icky
Damia,
that there's some of,
one
like,
of high schoolers.
Pokemon.
Thanks for my ta-ta.
Or, like,
and
half of Pokemon's cast.
there is another thing said in the said message. If I had to make a video before I move, I'll try my best, but it may be a bit rushed. I'll try to get everything I can on the situation in the next day or so.
They nitpicked your
So
post.
basically,
Of course they did.
we're making this video just before they can get to their video. So
Jokes on them. What was my announcement? I'm sorry. Well, since they want to nitpick my words, let's go use my words. Oh God, where was it? I'm looking for it. Right here. Where they can see this, the audience can see this, but right here. Heads up that Tater is now sending no. For right now, Muna's thankfully made a Twitter post. I am aware that Twitter plans / is making a video, and I will wait to make mine until his post so I can go through his points and debunk it, as well as showing evidence given by Moon. So yeah, I'm they're over here like, we're trying to get it as fast as we can. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was waiting for you to make it first, but Lamau. I just don't have time because I'm gonna be moving in like the next few days, and I don't really want to deal with this shit while I'm moving. Although if I have to record shit off my phone, to fucking talk about this shit, I will. I can record off my laptop too. My quality may not be the greatest, but I can. I don't think you guys want me to, because oh boy, you won't get the same friendly
Also,
Pandy.
not forgetting there that they also said it wasn't a misunderstanding that you sent those to another minor, who I honestly, they heard 2 people say they wanted to see.
There was more than one minor that it was sent to. I may have name dropped one, but that wasn't the only minor.
That
question, Tater. How many people were you in the voice call with?
A lot.
Okay. Most of us, or a lot of people, will mishear people or others. we may are in, especially in a big or in a lot of in a big crowd like that.
Yep, you're right.
During a recording, so yeah, there was a lot of people.
Yeah, during a recording. There
I
are
wanna
instances
preface that
where
during
you do not.
recordings with Tater, Tater does not have a very big cast the majority of the time, let alone a large amount of people showing up. At most, maybe 6 or 7 people showed up. It was very difficult to get more than 5 a recording. Speaking from somebody who would show up sometimes because I didn't always want to have a headache.
Interesting. So,
Because Tater would yell at us for getting loud and then spend the next 2 hours screaming.
interesting.
Not hear someone correctly.
It happens. It totally happens. You know what? Ness could say something. Ness can say, "Hi, I love you," and I would hear, "Hi, I would hate you." And you know what? I would say, "Hey, Ness, did you say this?" And Ness would be like, "I would never. I said I love you." And I'd be like, "Oh, okay, thanks, fam." It's as easy as that. It takes like 2 fucking seconds. Fucking sorry,
Also,
the
you
mute
know,
chat's making dumbass
if
comments.
it's, a minor asking to see vaguely pornographic content, as an adult, you should say no.
Yeah, like also minors can't consent, therefore a minor never asked. Even if they say, "Yes, please, give it over." You don't go, "Okay, little children, have the cigarette." "Okay, little child, have the alcohol." You say, no, child, you're too young for that. That's what this is. Like, that's the equivalent of what just happened. Like, an adult gave a child alcohol and is basically like, "Well, I'm not sexually attracted to them, so it's okay that I gave them alcohol." Like, no, this is
It's still illegal, bud.
still illegal.
And it's just. It's
Also,
unfair.
let's not forget that was 1 year ago,
It's a
and
year
quite
ago.
honestly,
Oh no, it was a year ago. You know what? God, I was raped. Oh, how many years ago was it now? 4 years? So I guess that didn't happen anymore. This has been 4
Count
years.
on my
people do
fingers really
stupid
quick.
shit.
Yeah.
And yes, Tater should have asked if they actually did say that. But again, that was a year ago. People grow.
Yeah.
I've seen no proof of Tater growing.
People
People
do
make
stupid
mistakes.
shit.
Other than, okay, so remember that DARVO thing earlier? We talked about remember that DARVO, the gaslighting, the manipulation. Yeah, we're already, step 1, buddy. Step 1. We're at step 3 happened earlier. Step 3 happened earlier when it's like, "Oh, I was a victim of abuse."
Exactly.
And so now we're gonna go into the conversation that
Also, this is the 3rd time I've had to watch somebody address a toxic situation by setting up their own set for it. I'm gonna be honest, whenever I talk about this stuff, I usually just run around like the party house or something like that for you guys, like an already established set. But I have seen so many people create their own sets to talk about this kind of drama. Why? It seems so fake. Like, homie, just run around a pre-existing
Trauma.
set. It seems so fake, dude.
I don't know if you said drama or trauma, but
Oh, I think I have an
clarifying
idea
trauma.
why they do it. They need time to think about what they're going to say in the video, so they set something up.
Yeah, but like, if you're innocent, then why do you need time? Just say it. Homie, this is the first time I've ever seen this video. I don't need to hide nothing. I don't need to hide behind no fake reactions or no written notes. You can even ask the cast. I flat out was like, "Should I watch this before?" And said no. I'm gonna do it on the recording on like first time anyway. Because like I've got nothing to hide. The fact that you guys had to do 5 takes of this.
had with this person.
6.
I would like to read it out separately, please.
Yeah, you can do that.
So I started off the conversation asking, "Hi there, can we talk?" They said, "Only friending you so we can talk." And I went on to say it's about a certain thing of Tater. I'm a minor, and I've known Tater for a while, and he has no fucking
interesting.
sexual attraction to
So-
kids.
So they're not willing to say their actual age on the YouTube video, but they're willing to say their age to a random adult stranger on the internet.
I think the second one's slightly worse.
Just a little bit.
And I'm one of Tater's closest friends. They had to ban me because quote-unquote safety reasons, which can be understandable,
Yeah.
but I don't understand what...
You don't understand the safety reasons. Do you mean how you harassed me in DMs? Like, bestie, you were the safety reasons. If you're not sure what the safety reasons were, you probably were the
Safety
safety
reasons.
concerns.
So they continued on to say, so right, could you please explain why Tater had a minor draw sexual pictures and then send it to another minor? Tater
Yeah.
has told me that Pander do that shit willingly. He
Okay.
didn't force them at all.
We're gonna pause that and go to Pander's side if you wanna unmute Pander.
Let's hear Pander. No.
Pander. Please don't leave us hanging.
Anyway.
Well,
Yeah, Pander.
Or if you want to message it to us, we can read it out loud for you. Oh,
Yes.
I'll read it out loud.
Alright, hang on. Let me hear from Pander.
What?
we're gonna get your side on the situation, on the pictures being drawn.
I was just messing around, I think.
Yeah, like,
So Pander's not even sure.
and plus,
You had the option to say no to anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
and plus, you're a teenager like most of us. You
Sounds like peer
Some
pressure.
teenagers are horny fucks.
yeah, teenagers are
Ew.
really
Ew.
Don't talk to teenagers like that.
You don't in a call full of children go, oh,
It's just they're in front of the kids.
Yuck. Oh, God.
Becky.
If you
Yeah.
can tell by any of our
the talk, don't say that to kids.
adult reactions, because by the way, we're all adults in this VC. That is wild. Now, I want to reiterate: there's a reason sex ed happens in high school, and yes, it is during that time where hormones are getting a bit quirky, and they can make the brain do some very silly things. Between children, totally, it's none of my fucking business. I'm an adult, ain't none of mine. But the fact that there's an adult there, I think that's what gives it the biggest ick. I don't think it would bother me if it wasn't for the fact that there's an adult in the VC and they're talking about a child drawing porn for an adult. Like, I want to reiterate, we've already checked that age of consent, so this whole conversation basically irrelevant. We don't even have to listen to this.
People
We're gonna kind of just
do
skip through
stupid
this,
shit
honestly.
as a teenager.
Yep, they do
It's
stupid shit.
What being in high
it's-
school, etc. is
Yeah.
about
Yep,
is
nope, agree,
basically doing stupid shit.
agree.
Hey, let's not forget how there's middle schoolers sexually harassing people too, and like doing all types of stuff like that.
And again, I've been sexually harassed, and
what?
Google says that the other thing counted as sexual assault, so why the fuck would I do that to someone else?
Sorry, Pan.
Because both things can be true, because you can commit these acts.
Blink.
This is, again, we're back to 3 of DARVO. Turning yourself to be the
Another water sip.
victim.
There.
Another water sip, ladies and gentlemen.
You didn't need to. You could have just messaged.
Alright,
Try
I'll
not to
continue
vomit
on,
while
and
drinking
then
water challenge.
they also said, or how about the several kids he pushed to date while being an adult? This one, Tater can very much so defend himself.
yeah, go for it.
So he couldn't defend himself to begin with?
Yeah. Go for it, Tater.
Tater.
Let's hear it.
Do you want to defend yourself on that, or do you want to type something out to me and I can speak that?
Oh no, you have to let the child speak
The
out.
thing about
Speak to your child.
you
I
apparently
don't know if
pushing
I can watch
kids to
more of
date
this.
you.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm just getting really upset.
Honestly, this is making me
It's-
very sick. Like,
It's giving me so much ick. It's not even funny.
Yes,
Well,
the
being an
repulsion.
adult.
Because, like, if it's a situation where the kid or two, like, minors like each other, then yeah, that's understandable. You do that as a friend. You go, hey, I know ways to help you get with this person. Like, that is understandable.
Blink.
That
what
Or
is
if
being
it's in,
talked
like,
about?
a Minecraft roleplay, those are
That's
characters.
between
Those
minors,
are not the
not
actors
between
themselves.
an adult.
Oh
and
yeah,
minors.
no. Hey, so fun fact. I'll admit to this. There was a point in time where there was two characters in my series that were shipped, that were played by an adult and a minor. That would be Nix and Nox. During the time that Streak played Nox, Streak was in fact a minor. Streak was there on temporary because we were trying to figure out actors, and it was quickly switched over to an adult because I realized that it was gross and yucky, and so I changed it because that's what you do when you realize you're doing gross and icky shit. Let's not even go over the fact, like, not even touching the fact that, like, you can tell I was so uncomfortable with flirting with Streak that I literally didn't flirt with Streak while he was playing Nox. Like, the closest thing I got to was just calling him a good boy. And even then, it was... Like, I didn't feel comfortable doing it. We stopped because I realized how fucking nasty and gross it was. Like, that's what happens when you realize you're doing something wrong. You fucking stop it. Get some help. Really not that fucking hard. Why is it so fucking hard for these people? I don't
If you don't
understand.
get ick from flirting with a minor, then maybe you should not. Anyway.
Seriously.
Tater, all he did was repeat something another person had Googled.
Yeah.
Yeah, implying that he wished to be in a relationship with a child. That is
Yeah,
I wanna give some clarity to this, by the way. He encouraged that person to Google it for him.
interesting.
Because he asked, and the person was like, oh, let me look that up real quick for you. And Tater was like, yeah, do that. And then messaged one of the minors about it and was like, oh my god, we can date, guys. And they were like, are
No.
you sure?
And then I continue on to say, Tater has told me that Panda drew that shit willingly. I said that. And then they continued on to say that he asked. Doesn't matter if it was forced or not. He shouldn't have asked a minor to draw that stuff. Panda could have said no. They continue on to say, and my friend who got the picture never asked for it. Why was it okay to send porn to a minor? Again, they were assuming I was saying that that was okay. I never said that was okay. I'm just saying.
Except you've said that during this whole video that it is okay that a minor was sent porn. Like, they're saying, I never
okay,
said
like,
it was
twice?
okay, but you never said it wasn't okay. Like, you were saying that your friend is not a pedophile. I'm giving you a reason for... I don't deal well with brick walls. Okay, if any of you know, I don't deal well with brick walls. I don't deal well with the whole... Oh, well, I never said that I wasn't okay with it, but you never said you were. Like, you gotta make up your mind. You either are okay with it or you're not, and very clearly you're dismissing it, so you are saying that you're okay with it, because, yes, dismissing something like that does mean that you are saying it is fine.
That Tater didn't mean anything from it or do anything. That means pedophilia.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the definition. Let's go back. Sexual feelings directed toward children. That is...
Which we've already disproven, because, like, literally more than, like, a 2-second Google search will show you that that is just not the definition.
Not what pedophilia is. If sending a photo just a photo that has NSFW art.
Porn. Call it what it is. Porn.
That isn't pedophilia.
It is.
That is basically showing a photo that someone else drawn. And yeah, it's
Wait. So hang on here. So one is saying that they never said it was okay for porn to be shown. The other is saying that it's fine for porn to be shown. These two fucking crackheads can't even figure out what the fuck their story is. These motherfuckers can't even keep their fucking story straight. Like, homie, if you're gonna take the time to come up with what to say, at least get your story straight, my dude. Also, stop standing up and sitting, dumbass.
They also continued.
Literally, I only showed at the beginning. You got a thing. You just
on. I asked them who was the person that they sent the photo to. I'm not gonna disclose the person's name as they should not be involved in this.
Yep.
But they also said to when I said Pander could have said no, they said also counter argument minors can't have consent.
No, I said minors can't consent because minors can't consent to sexual activity.
Fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit. So you're basically saying that that minors can't have consent to certain things. Minors are able
Yeah, minors cannot consent to sexual activities.
to have consent. It's a common fucking factor that everyone knows.
Everyone has consent.
Yeah, to go into the doctor's office, maybe.
Yeah. I was about to say, very clearly we're talking about, like, porn being sent, and me talking about, kids can't consent to porn. And
I also find it,
I love how they, like, nitpicking my... By the way, I would like to put my hands up a little bit here. I'm a disabled adult. I'm heavily autistic. I'm not great with words all the time. Not always do I mean what I say and say what I mean. So when it comes to text, I'm not necessarily the best. With that being said, very clearly I'm talking about the sexual activities. I don't know how much more clear I could have been there, but okay, sure.
Like,
legally, illegally, or legally, there's states that say minors can't have consent. That's not fucking fair to minors. Minors can have consent. Minors can fucking make choices and put consent towards that or no consent.
Yeah, sure. There's the law, like, in a lot of countries that says the age of consent is blank. But, like, that is only towards, like, adult things. Consent can go into more than...
Which is very clearly what I was talking about.
Like,
you see, now they're just nitpicking my words. It's hilarious.
Let me get the definition for consent.
They're trying to put words in your mouth and imply what you were implying.
They said with adult things.
Yeah, they literally... Well, because they're trying to put words in my mouth is what they're doing. They're trying to they're trying to nitpick my specific wording and trying to use it to paint their own narrative, which is, by the way, a manipulative tactic. So down a bottle of water we go!
Yippee!
I almost laughed while drinking this.
Hydration. Bottle of water.
I would like to reiterate that I have almost finished my bottle of water.
Same.
I had a full bottle of water.
Bottle.
Oh, you're on your second?
I have no more water left.
Those are some big sips.
Tater also says in chat, teenagers have the right to say yes or no to stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
with other teenagers.
Well, but also, like, yeah, they can say yes or no. Like, I was never saying Pander couldn't say no or yes. It's just Pander can't actually consent to sexual activities because Pander is a child.
I think that they're thinking about whether or not they can say yes or no to getting pickles on their burger.
Yeah, I think they're getting real confused here.
You can say yes or no. You can't consent to that.
Pander said something if someone can read it out loud for me.
I'll read it. Let me go see.
Here, I found a diagram.
Plus, Tater wasn't doing anything bad with the photo either. It wasn't like he was pushing them to look at it and being creepy about it. He was just
You
showing
didn't
the photo.
spoiler it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
sending the
again,
picture
there's
is
gonna be
being
screenshots
creepy.
on the screen.
You didn't even
once
spoiler the
we get it.
screenshot.
There's gonna be screenshots on the
We
screen.
might
I
have
don't
a
see
whole
those.
like another post on like a community tab or like something like that in order. Okay, so this.
Consent is informed, freely given, coherent, ongoing, sober, enthusiastic, clear, specific, essential, comfortable, active, reversible, changeable, based on equal power, breaking away from gender rules. Any partner might want to take it slow and not one partner to initiate. So this is actually talking about consent with sex. This is not just the definition of consent. To make that very clear. So this is already
power balance.
Yeah, so let's see. Based on equal powers, already broken because one was an adult, one was a child. Informed. Asking, can I show you this picture? And not saying, can I show you this porn? Is not informed. Freely given. It's not freely given if they feel pressured. Coherent. It wasn't coherent if you were unsure if it was given. Like, your own rules break. Well, you literally said earlier, oh, he wasn't sure he could hear. It wasn't coherent. Saying yes or giving to something because you feel too pressured to say no. Yeah.
This is what consent is. Informed,
talking about
freely
sex.
given,
Dressing sexy, the absence of no, being in a relationship, accepting a drink or
skipping through
ride,
some of this, or else
etc.
I'm
You
gonna
have to convince them,
throw
having
up.
had sex with the individual before because you feel too pressured.
and everyone is allowed to have consent.
No, because this is literally a consent form about sex. So literally, actually, none of this applies to minors because minors cannot consent to sexual activities, as we have already proven.
Let me look it up.
I am afraid for their search history. If their parents ever
The
looked
fact
at
that
their
they're
search
being
history.
so nitpicky about this too.
Well, they gotta
I'm
justify it.
Yeah.
I'm curious
But
what
see,
their
look, they're
parents would
typing
think
more.
seeing
They
their
typed up one thing and then they
search
had to stop
history.
and type something else because they couldn't find what they were looking for. Literally several minutes of fucking searching
Alright, back to the stands.
because they couldn't
Alright.
find what they were looking for. Lamau.
Would you like me to continue?
Yes, please.
Alrighty.
Moon, have you've seen through this, haven't you? Is there anything else interesting in this?
I didn't get that far because I got very irritated very quickly.
Alright, okay. I was just wondering.
I said, Pander very much so did it fucking willingly. Do you have anything from Pander's side saying anything about this?
No, because
they did not respond for a good bit after that, which
'cause I
I
was
guess
typing.
they were trying to get evidence and stuff.
No, I
Also,
wasn't
that
trying to
was
get
over
evidence.
fucking-
I wasn't trying to get
Casey
evidence.
has dyslexia.
Well,
Casey
I
has a
also
fucking
have
life.
Yeah, I have a fucking life. I was doing other things. I can't even tell you what I was doing at that time. I'm like literally in their fucking thing. They're like, "Oh, PC said she was packing," and then it's like, "It took her a long time to say things." Maybe because I'm like packing shit. Like, hello, bestie. I'm supposed to be packing
year
right
ago,
now, and I'm here
Tater
with your
thought he would have
dumbass.
two people asked to see. He could have gotten that wrong. They said again, please explain how it was okay to send porn to a child, blurred since you are a minor.
Yeah, I blurred it. This is a
And
minor.
Tater has a lack of common sense. Tater has said that himself. Also, pictures are not pedophilia. That is sexual content help. Content, not attraction of minors. Even if they asked, he shouldn't have sent porn to childs. That was
Again, I made a pretty good point. Even if it isn't considered pedophilic, he should have asked for consent because that's their whole deal is consent. And that if Pander consented, then it's fine. What about the other minors that was sent to? Because while Moon was one of them, Moon was not the only one.
There's also, like, in the screenshot, I question if Tater's legally allowed to send me that image.
It was even questioned in the fucking same conversation.
Actually, I don't even think I was at recordings that time. I think Tater just sent me that image. Because I was DMing them back, which probably means that I wasn't in VC.
Interesting. Interesting.
It was barely fucking porn. All that had was stuff on sex.
All it had was two people going to town, guys. That's not sex.
Yeah.
Implied.
Yeah, implied sex. There was no dick hanging out. There was no boobs. There was...
Okay, for those of you who are a little more ace, you might want to cover your ears for a moment. YouTube, I am so sorry. You're going to demonetize the shit out of me. When a man and a woman love each other very much, they take a dick and they shove it in the pussy. When the dick is shoved into the pussy, that is called having intercourse. Thank you. So, in a picture where the dick is shoved into the vagina, that is in fact a picture of sex. I'm aware that the genitals weren't seen. That doesn't mean that's not what's happening.
It's heavily implied, dog.
It's not even heavily implied. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
It's not heavily implied. You don't have to see parts to know that's what's happening. Like Home Slice, it is sex. It is two characters having a session of intercourse. And it is disgusting. It is gross that I had to see it since it was drawn by a fucking child. But it's fucking nasty. It's fucking nasty is what that is. Go ahead and tell SK it's safe.
Was no Badussy. Okay. So.
Exactly. Oh, I've definitely not heard this argument before from a pedo supporter, they said to me. And Tater has a lack of common sense. That's the one that they responded to. And then they said, yeah, okay, we're done here. I don't argue with pedo apologists. Could have said no. Yeah, okay, sure. The minor who was groomed should have said no. That is not grooming.
Yeah, that is not grooming.
Do they have no idea what grooming is?
Alright, let's get the
go,
grooming,
please.
Definition out.
Please.
Let's pull up the dog grooming definition.
Please. Do you hear their mouse reel right now? Do you hear how far they're having to scroll down the Google search?
Should have said no. Yeah, okay, sure.
Listen
the
to
minor
that.
who was groomed should have said no. That is not grooming.
Yeah, that is not grooming.
Do they have no idea what grooming is?
Alright, let's get
scroll.
definition out here now.
You can hear the scrolling.
Yep, grab the too. I got confused. That was very
there's going to be a lot of editing.
Does not look like editing.
Doing things. The abuse is usually sexual or financial.
Grooming is when a person builds a relationship with a child, young person, or an adult who's at risk so they can abuse them and manipulate them into doing things. The abuse is usually sexual and financial, but it can also include other illegal acts. Their definition fits what Tater has done. Because Tater built a relationship with Pander, right? Who is a child. And is abusing and manipulating them into committing acts that are illegal, such as getting porn and distributing it to other children. So, by their definition,
financial, but can also include the
their
other
definition is actually
acts.
a better version of a better definition than what I got. So, I'll accept their definition.
Right.
Their definition makes Tater look so much worse than the definition I found.
Messages or chats, and I've never once received any inappropriate text from Tater personally. Whoever is accusing Tater needs serious help.
Oh no! Wow, you had an okay conversation with Tater, so that means that no one else can have abuse.
I've had this argument so many fucking times with people. Just because it didn't happen to you doesn't mean that it didn't happen to somebody else.
So here's the thing. I was forcibly forced to have sex with someone who I was not prepared to have it with. Someone who I had given consent once to and did not continue to give consent but was pressured into having it. All right, that's what I had to deal with. Okay, that's the shit I dealt with. All right? And I want to give that preface because I am also under the impression that he has never committed those acts towards another person. Does that mean I was just never raped? Because that's not how that works. You need help if that's how you believe that works. People can act differently around other people. I grew up in a household where we would have friends over because I was afraid of the physical assault that my father would throw upon me. And when other people were around, he was less likely to do it. Did it not happen because he never did it to another person? I'm sorry. Do I not have scoliosis because I was thrown around like a rag doll because of my father? That didn't happen because he didn't do it to any of the other children in the household because of me? Like, that is what's being said. And I want to reiterate to those of you who are watching just how dangerous this is. Just how fucking dangerous. That is why I talk about this shit. It's not because I like the attention. It's not because I get views on this shit, because I don't. I don't get views on this stuff. It is solely because I've been here. Muna's been here. Pretty much a good chunk of my cast has been here and has had this happen. It is scary. It is really fucking terrifying to be in these moments where you're forced to do things against your will, forced to witness things against your will, or forced to endure things against your will that in the long run cause extreme mental harm. For any minors who have watched through this video, because you shouldn't have. But if you're experiencing things like what is seen in the video, please go seek help. Go talk to a trusted adult like your parents or your teachers. Hell, there are hotlines to talk to about this stuff. Please go seek help. Because this is dangerous. This leads to really awful and disgusting things, and I would know. I've been there. And for those who were in this video, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that there isn't someone there to protect you. And while I would love to be there to help protect these people, I can't protect everyone. And I have to do what's best for my party cubs. They come first. And to my party cubs that are watching, the adult ones, if you see adults like this, like your friends acting like this towards children, please talk to them. Call them out. Because they could be causing someone serious harm. And if you have a friend who's a minor who is experiencing these sort of things, encourage them to go seek help. Encourage them to talk with you or to talk with another adult, a trusted adult in their life. To just go talk to literally anyone outside of that person, because this is what happens. And it's dark and it's scary. And with that being said, as much as I'd like to watch the rest of this video, I genuinely cannot watch another moment of this because it makes me sick. It makes me genuinely sick to watch this grown man groom these children, because that's what I just watched. Get out of here. I just watched an adult man on camera groom children. So, with that being said, I'm going to be packing soon. I'm finishing up packing now, actually. That's what I was doing before I recorded this, was attempting to finish up. And hopefully things will get better. I'm definitely still keeping the rule in the fan server, no matter what they say. If you support content creators like this, I don't want to see you in my fan server. I don't really want you watching my content either. My content's not for you. These people, do not engage with them. Block them, please. They are actually seriously deranged and dangerous and people to fucking avoid. And Tater, for you, get better acting, please, before you post your next part. I would recommend looking into doing some better fake tears. I would also not use a voice changer. It doesn't make you seem genuine. In fact, you don't seem genuine throughout any of this. I would also make sure that you're not just having minors defend you, because that kind of defeats the whole point of, like, you not being a pedophile. In fact, it quite proves a point. Anyways, just stay safe out there. Okay, my little party cups? I hope y'all have a good night. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope y'all have a possum day. And TTFN. Bye-bye.